My friend, today I want to ask you a question that almost every man after age 50 has thought about, but very few ever dare to say out loud. What really happens to your body if you ejaculate every single day? Does it make you stronger, sleep better, and maintain your morning performance? Or does it quietly drain your energy, weaken circulation, lower desire, and leave your body feeling run down? You're not alone in this question. Many men come to see me, five-year-old uncles, men 62, 68, even 74, all whispering the exact same question. Some worry about prostate health. Some fear losing their masculine fire. Some simply feel their bodies no longer respond the way they used to. And today, I want to help you understand everything without judgment, without shame, only truth and science, because after age 50, 60, even the smallest changes in your sexual habits directly affect your sleep, hormones, blood circulation, and natural strength. In this video, I, Dr. Emily Carter, will give you the clearest explanation. 5 surprising benefits of ejaculating daily. 5 silent harms that almost nobody notices. And finally, what frequency is actually best for older men. If you've ever wondered about this, but never received a clear answer, this is where you'll find it. Before we go deeper, let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Emily Carter, a urologist with over 14 years of treating circulation issues, prostate problems, hormone changes, and natural performance in men over 50-60. Throughout many years in the clinic, I've heard hundreds of men ask the same question. Doctor, is ejaculating every day bad for me? They ask with hesitation, anxiety, even embarrassment, as if they're carrying a secret no one should know. But I always tell them this: sexual health is not something to be ashamed of. It's an important part of men's health, affecting psychology, circulation, and overall quality of life. And the reason I made this video is to help you understand your body better, not based on rumors, not based on guilt, but based on science, real-world experience, and what I've seen in thousands of men in their 50 seconds, 60 seconds, and 70 seconds. Because when you understand how your body works, you gain control instead of living in fear or guesswork. And more importantly, you'll know exactly what is best for your health, your energy, and your confidence. My friend, there is something many older men need to understand clearly. Ejaculating every day is not automatically good, and it is not automatically bad. It all depends on your body, biological age, blood circulation, hormones, and why you're doing it. I've met men in their 60 seconds, even 70 seconds, who say they feel sleeping deeper, a clearer mind, stress melting away, and even stronger morning performance. But I've also seen men the same age experience the opposite: fatigue, lower desire, difficulty concentrating, or that unsettling feeling of losing the spark when being intimate. This reveals a very important truth. There is no magic number that fits everyone. What matters isn't the frequency, it's how your body responds. If you ejaculate daily and you feel better, sleep better, think clearer, that's a sign your body responds positively. But if you feel drained, lose morning strength, or your desire fades, that's a signal you need to adjust. That's why, before I reveal the 5 benefits and 5 silent harms, I want you to do one small thing. Leave a comment telling me your age and where you're watching from. I, Dr. Emily Carter, read every comment, and your stories help me create better guidance for men over 50-60. Now, let's dive into the part most men are curious about: the real benefits that happen when you ejaculate every day. The first benefit, and something many men don't even realize, is the powerful effect ejaculation has on your nervous system and emotional hormones. Every time you reach climax, your body immediately releases a very special cocktail of hormones: endorphins, natural pain relievers that relax the body and ease muscle tension; dopamine, the reward hormone, boosting motivation, focus, and feelings of excitement; oxytocin, the bonding hormone, helping you feel warm, calm, and socially relaxed. Serotonin, the mood stabilizer, reducing anxiety and restlessness. This combination acts like a gentle reset for your nervous system, helping many men after 50 feel calmer, less irritable, more able to release daily pressure, and better emotional balance overall. In my clinic, quite a few older patients tell me they feel so much lighter in the head after releasing built-up energy. For men who tend to experience stress, long-term tension, or restless sleep, this hormone response makes a very noticeable difference. Of course, it's not a cure for every emotional challenge, but for many men, especially after age 50, a regular release can become a natural tool to stabilize emotions and reduce the pressures of life. The second benefit that many older men feel very clearly is that sleep becomes easier and deeper after ejaculation. And this isn't a coincidence. Right after climax, your body releases a special hormone called prolactin. Prolactin is the body's relaxation signal. It calms the nervous system, lowers your biological rhythm, and creates a natural sense of sleepiness. That's why many men say their eyelids feel heavy right after releasing. When combined with the endorphins and oxytocin released earlier, your body enters an ideal state for rest. Your mind stops racing, your muscles relax, your heart rate slows, and the day's stress begins to melt away. For men after age 50-60, this is incredibly important. The older you get, the more likely you are to experience insomnia, difficulty falling asleep, or light, fragmented sleep due to hormonal changes and weakened circulation. A natural release before bed can help your body fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and recover better through the night. Deep sleep not only keeps you alert the next day, but it also affects blood circulation, testosterone, and natural strength, all essential factors for older men's health. The third benefit, and something many men over 50 don't notice, is that every time you reach climax, your circulatory system is being activated and trained naturally. When your body enters a state of arousal, several physiological responses occur. Your blood vessels dilate, blood flow increases significantly, your heart rate rises, and your entire vascular system gets pumped just like during light exercise. In simple terms, it's a mini workout for your cardiovascular system and pelvic blood vessels. For men after 50-60, when blood vessels start stiffening, circulation slows, and nitric oxide levels decline, these circulation activations play a meaningful role. Many of my patients say that in the morning they feel stronger erections, faster blood flow, and greater confidence during intimacy. This is completely supported by science. When circulation is stimulated regularly, erectile tissues stay more elastic, respond better to arousal signals, and help you maintain natural male strength for longer. Of course, this doesn't replace exercise or other healthy habits, but for many older men, activating circulation through orgasm becomes a small but valuable part of maintaining vascular responsiveness and natural erection quality as they age. The fourth benefit, and one of the reasons many urologists pay close attention, is its protective effect on the prostate. A large Harvard study following more than 30,000 men for nearly 20 years found that those who ejaculated 21 times per month or more had a significantly lower risk of prostate cancer. Why is that? The mechanism is simple. Every time you ejaculate, the prostate is flushed clean of old cells, stagnant fluid, inflammatory substances, and factors that may contribute to an unfavorable environment for cellular health, similar to performing a regular cleansing to reduce long-term buildup. For men after age 50-60, this is especially important because the prostate begins to enlarge, becomes more sensitive to inflammation, and is more vulnerable to complications. Of course, regular ejaculation is not a substitute for PSA screening or medical checkups, but it can play a natural supporting role in helping the prostate function more smoothly and stay cleaner over time. The final benefit that many men don't expect is its positive effect on the immune system. Every time you reach orgasm, your body increases production of IgA immunoglobulin A, one of the first lines of defense against invading bacteria and viruses. IgA acts like an armor layer, protecting the mucosal surfaces of your respiratory tract, gut, and even reproductive system. strengthening your body's resistance to environmental pathogens. At the same time, ejaculation reduces stress and lowers the hormone cortisol. This puts your body into a stronger defensive state, because chronically elevated cortisol is one of the fastest ways to weaken the immune system in older men. Many studies also show that men with a regular sexual routine tend to recover faster, catch fewer colds, and maintain higher antibody levels. This is not a miracle immune booster, but it is an important link in the overall health picture for men over 50. Less stress, higher IgA, a stronger, more resilient body. And that is the final benefit before we move into something just as important: the 5 silent harms, if you do this the wrong way. There may be many benefits, but the first harm, and something I see often in men after age 50-60, is this: ejaculating every day stops being a choice and becomes a compulsive behavior. The danger here doesn't come from ejaculation itself, but from the feeling of losing control. If you feel you must do it every day, if your mind keeps circling around it, or if you feel anxious or restless when you don't, that's a clear sign of dependency. Biologically, when a behavior is repeated too frequently, the dopamine system in the brain can become desensitized, meaning you need more stimulation to reach the same level of satisfaction. This easily creates a loop: wanting more, doing more, feeling less satisfied. Emotionally, many older men tell me they begin to feel guilty, distracted at work, less social, or distant from their partner, because they are doing it alone too often. Practically speaking, a compulsive habit can steal your time, energy, presence, and confidence. So the most important question to ask yourself is, am I choosing this, or is it choosing me? If it's controlling you, that is the moment to step back, not to forbid yourself, but to reclaim balance and autonomy over your body. The second harm doesn't lie in the body, but in the mind. Many men after 50-60 use ejaculation as a way to avoid real emotions: loneliness, boredom, pressure, disappointment, or long-term stress. At first, it may feel relieving, that quick burst of lightness dopamine brings, but over time, if you rely on a single behavior to soothe your emotions, your body begins forming a distorted association. Feeling sad must do it. Feeling stressed must do it. Biologically, this forces your entire emotional regulation system to depend on one pathway. Emotionally, you're not actually solving the underlying problem, just covering it temporarily. And in real life, many men start noticing they don't want to talk, don't want to connect, don't want to open up, because they already have a quicker escape. In my clinic, I've heard older men say, "Doctor, I can't sleep because my mind keeps looking for a way to escape stress." That is a sign of emotional dependency, not a physical need. What I want you to remember is this: ejaculation should be a tool, not your only lifeline. If it becomes the only way you feel better, that's your body sending a signal that something needs to change. The third harm doesn't affect all men, only those who still want children or are supporting their partner on a fertility journey. This is very important, because many men don't understand why their semen analysis results decline, even though they believe their bodies are still healthy. Biologically, sperm need time to regenerate and mature, typically around 48 to 72 hours. When you ejaculate every day, the testes don't have enough time to produce a new force of soldiers, leading to lower sperm count, lower concentration, weaker motility, and reduced chances of conception. Many couples over 50 who come to my clinic experience exactly this. They assume the issue is age, but in reality it's simply excessive frequency. Emotionally, this can create pressure in the relationship, especially if both partners have been waiting a long time. Practically, sometimes spacing out ejaculation every 2-3 days is enough to improve fertility significantly. If you're not trying to have children, this harm isn't a concern. But if you are trying, adjusting the frequency is a simple but extremely important step. If you found this explanation helpful, please hit like so this video can reach more men who need it. The fourth harm happens quietly, and many men don't realize it until the effects become obvious. The body becomes accustomed to too much frequent stimulation, causing the nervous system to become desensitized. Biologically, every time you reach orgasm, the brain releases dopamine, the hormone that creates excitement and satisfaction. But when the behavior happens daily at the same intensity, the brain gradually reduces its sensitivity to dopamine, making satisfaction weaker over time. This leads to two major issues. Reduced sensitivity. You need more stimulation to feel the same level of pleasure as before. Some men notice that orgasms feel bland or less intense. Reduced natural desire. When dopamine becomes less responsive, spontaneous desire and natural sexual drive also decrease. This is especially noticeable in men after 50-60, when testosterone is already declining 1–2% per year. Emotionally, many men tell me they feel nothing like before, or that their bodies respond much more slowly during intimate moments. The good news, this effect is completely reversible. A few days of rest, changing the pace of stimulation, or combining breathing exercises with edge control can help the dopamine system reset and restore its original sensitivity. The final harm, and something I see very frequently in men after age 50, appears when ejaculation happens too fast, too hurried, or follows the same fixed pattern repeatedly. Your body learns extremely quickly. If you're used to reaching orgasm in seconds, your brain and nervous system record that model and treat it as the new default. The result is that your body becomes conditioned to speed, leading to easier premature ejaculation during real intimacy, poor control over pacing, increased anxiety during sex, and reduced confidence in your sexual life. Biologically, this happens because your neural reflexes become optimized to reach the finish line as quickly as possible. Emotionally, many men share that they feel pressure, worry, or even avoid intimacy out of fear they won't be able to control themselves. The encouraging part, this can improve. Simply slowing down, practicing slow breathing, or using edging the technique of delaying orgasm can help the nervous system relearn a natural rhythm. So if you notice yourself finishing faster and faster, it's not your age. It's the way your body has adapted to your daily practice. My friend, after understanding the 5 benefits and 5 harms, there is one thing I want you to remember clearly. No one can give a perfect number that applies to all men. The most suitable frequency always comes from your own body. The most important thing isn't how many times per week you do it, but how your body reacts after each time. Ask yourself 3 questions. Energy. Do you feel more energized or more tired afterward? Sleep. Do you sleep deeper or more restlessly? Desire and performance. Do you feel stronger or increasingly out of spark? If your body responds positively, that frequency is suitable. If you feel tired, lose desire, or notice weaker erections, that's a sign you need to reduce it. Some men after 50 do well with 3 days in a row, 1 rest day, or 2, 4 times per week, or only when they genuinely want it, not out of habit. You can also try edging to reduce premature ejaculation conditioning, slow breathing to maintain pacing, or occasionally resting 2–3 days to let your body reset. The most important thing is this. You must control the habit, not let the habit control you. And whether you are 50, 60, or 70, your body still has the ability to adapt, change, and grow stronger as long as you understand it correctly. My friend, if for years you've felt confused, embarrassed, or afraid to ask about the changes happening inside your body, I want you to know this. That is completely normal. After age 50–60, hormones change, circulation changes, energy changes, and no man can escape that. What you're experiencing is not a sign of weakness, but simply a new phase of your body, where awareness and intentional action matter more than ever. What I want you to remember is this. Your sexual health does not define your worth, but understanding it correctly will help you live with more freedom, confidence, and fulfillment. You are not alone in this journey. Thousands of men in their 50 seconds, 60 seconds, and 70 seconds whom I've worked with carry the same questions you do, and they all feel better once they begin listening to their bodies. And your curiosity, your courage to learn today, is the first step toward reclaiming control and the natural strength within you. My friend, after all the scientific explanations and clinical experience, the most important message I want to leave you with is this: ejaculating every day is not inherently good or bad. It is only truly good when it matches your body and the stage of life you're in. If it helps you sleep better, reduce stress, improve circulation, and feel more energized, that's a positive sign. But if it leaves you tired, lowers your desire, distracts you, or weakens your connection with your partner, that's the moment to adjust. There are no rigid rules, no man's standard you must follow. The only thing that matters is understanding what your body is telling you and responding with intelligence, gentleness, and respect for yourself. And don't forget, whether you are 50, 60, or 70, your masculine strength has not disappeared. It is simply waiting to be activated again through awareness, intentionality, and healthy daily habits. Your health can improve, your energy can rise again, and your confidence can return stronger than ever. Before we finish, I want to ask you something very simple, yet it helps me understand your journey much better. Among the 5 benefits and 5 harms we talked about today, which one surprised you the most? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every single comment, and your sharing helps me create more accurate and helpful content for men over 50-60. If this video brought you valuable knowledge, please hit like, subscribe to the Senior Men Health Secrets channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss upcoming guidance on blood circulation, natural testosterone, prostate health, and men's strength in midlife. You can also share this video with a friend or family member because many men are quietly struggling with the same issues but don't know where to begin. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I'll see you in the next videos where, together, we'll continue building health, confidence, and natural strength at every age.